Chapter 13. Morton watched, pleased, as Robo waded through yet another crowd of cheering students. Johnson viewed the scene curiously as the kids reached forward to shake the mighty policeman's hand. Johnson was quietly amazed at the popularity of the experimental model. Springtime in Detroit was not the easiest season. Even under his bulky pea jacket, he was freezing various vital organs off. Yet these kids braved the cold to see their hero with no complaints at all. Yeah, old Detroit was changing fast. He glanced at Morton. Morton had changed over the past few weeks too. His hair was more stylish. His clothes were new and expensive. New glasses, new brand of breath mints. The boy was definitely zooming up the corporate ladder. Yet Johnson had his doubts about all this. There was Jones to think about. You didn't cross a man like Jones and get away clean. Johnson shrugged. That was Morton's problem. Morton beamed as Robo worked the crowd. I tell you, Johnson, within a month, the name Robocop will be synonymous with modern crime fighting. Since the press conference, OCP's phones have been ringing off the hook. Companies want to merchandise the shit out of Robo. Robo toys, Robo dolls, Robo suits, Robo sheets, comics, guns, games, even a Saturday morning TV show. Do you realize how much money he can bring into the corporation? Not only will he be the most efficient crime deterrent in the world, he'll be the most popular. Johnson said. The guy has personality, Morton continued. Well, maybe not personality. Basically, I think he's a log when it comes to ad-libbing it, but he has this certain, macho quality that people seem to respond to. He's not weak or indecisive. He says what's on his mind, and he says it clearly. That crack on the news, behind bars or under the earth, I almost pissed in my pants when he said that. You should have seen the TV crew. They loved it. The guys considered it a really gutsy thing to say, and the women, they creamed over it. They reacted like he was John Wayne squared. If Robo was human, he could make out like a bandit with women. Believe me, he has sex appeal. He is human, Johnson replied. Half human, Morton countered. And as long as we control his brain, he might as well be a staple gun. Johnson muttered. Robo looked down at the little persons in front of him. Hey, Robo, when I grow up, can I be a cop like you? One gap-toothed little boy asked. The department can always use more brave young boys, he said evenly. Noticing the disappointed face of a pigtailed face on his left, he dutifully added, and girls too. The little girl broke into a grin. An elderly schoolteacher who resembled an Egyptian mummy wandered into the crowd. Okay, children, we mustn't keep Mr. Robo from his work now. He has to go catch villains, and you have to go back into class. The kids uttered a collective, "Aww," and reluctantly shambled off towards their school. A 5-year-old boy, his face littered with freckles, turned and waved one last time. Bye, Robo, he called. In his hand, he carried a doll. It was a miniature policeman. A tag hung from the doll's left arm. T.J. Laser. Robo stared as the little boy trotted off. Jimmy? Robo asked. A chilly wind whipped through the schoolyard. Soon the place was empty. Robo heard Morton and Johnson call to him. He continued to stare at where the little boy had stood.
"Jimmy?"
he repeated. There was no one to answer him. Where had he gotten that name from? Had he remembered that? No, he didn't think so. The name was not in any of his databanks.
"Robo!"
Morton called again.
"Get a move on! It's cold out here!"
Robo nodded.
"I'm on my way."
He walked slowly back towards the waiting OCP van. 2 technicians held the doors open for him. He sat quietly in the back seat. Dr. Roosevelt beamed at him. "You have a lot of fans, Robo." Robo nodded. He did not reply. Something was happening inside him. Something he didn't understand.